Today we're cooking choriqueso. Sometimes this is called queso flameado, but queso flameado is usually lit on fire with a shot of tequila. We're not doing that today. We're making a simple choriqueso the way we used to experience it here in South Texas on the border. Sometimes this is made with rajas, sometimes with mushrooms or other chili pepper and onion toppings, but today we're keeping it simple. A lot of my barbecue passion and experience came from my father and my grandfather, but the choriqueso and cabrito experiences came from my father-in-law, Frank Nieto. My father-in-law is the one that used to take me and Terry across to Reynosa. Nobody in the States at that time made cabrito, so we had to go across the border if we wanted to eat cabrito, and we would always order this as our main appetizer. When my kids were little, they asked me the first time they were gonna try it, "What is that, Dad?" And I said, "This is a Mexican pizza." So from then on, even till today, they still call choriqueso the Mexican pizza. Today we're cooking over the fire on the ProPit RPG Grill, but you can cook this on the stovetop or in your oven, whatever works best for you. All you need for this recipe is 2 packages of Chorizo de San Manuel, our favorite chorizo, and 2 packs of queso oaxaca. This recipe is so easy to make. All we have to do is cook the chorizo in the pan, add the grated cheese, and then pull yourself a big old delicious choriqueso taco. You can top this with your favorite salsa, guacamole, or anything else you like. Let's fire it up and cook some choriqueso. I'm gonna use my Lodge cast iron pan here to make our choriqueso. We're also gonna make a salsa de chile piquin. We're gonna use 2 Roma tomatoes, 1 garlic, and this little bowl of chile piquin for our salsa. Stay with me, let's get fired up, go outside, and start cooking. I've got my Lodge pan already on the fire, getting nice and hot. I'm gonna go ahead and take the chorizo out, but before I do that, I wanna lay these 2 tomatoes over the fire here. I'm gonna roast these 2 tomatoes for our chile piquin salsa. All right, let's get this going here. I like that sizzle, that means the pan's nice and hot. All right, friend, we're cooking our chorizo. It's starting to get cooked. It smells really great. The aroma's super good. Our tomatoes are looking really nice. They're just about ready to hit the molcajete. All right, I think I need to move some of my fire over here to get this thing to really get cooking. So we're gonna move some of this fire over this way a little bit closer, right under the pan. The reason I put a lid on here is to keep some of that moisture in there. I don't want all the moisture to steam out. I want to keep the oil and the moisture as much as I can in there until we get the cheese. All right, our tomatoes are looking really good. They're just about done. They'll be ready for the molcajete and the salsa in just a couple of minutes. I'm gonna let it get fully cooked on the inside as well. This one right here is a really big tomato, so I'm gonna leave it there a little bit longer. I don't know if y'all can hear the sizzling. Ooh, yeah, baby. I love that. Yeah, now you can see where the oil and the moisture is in there. You want a little bit of all of that in there so everything cooks nice and even. I'm gonna go ahead and make our salsa while the chorizo finishes cooking. I'm gonna give it one more little stir, and then we're gonna work on our salsa. By the time we're done with the salsa, the chorizo's ready to go, and we'll be ready to drop our cheese in there. Ooh, baby, that looks good. Gosh, it smells delicious, super delicious. All right, friends, so we're gonna drop our garlic in here. We're gonna drop all of our chile piquin in here. And I'm gonna do a little shake of OG. Now this is salt, pepper, and garlic. There ain't no salsa better than a molcajete salsa. They are the bomb, the best. And you don't have to have too many ingredients. A lot of times simple is the best. And you wanna make sure your chilies and your garlic is really nicely smashed up before you put your tomato in there. All right, you want to smash up those piquins really nice. I do believe we're ready for one of the tomatoes. All right, let's go with our first tomato. Now you can leave the skin on or take it out. Actually, I think it adds a lot of flavor, so I'm gonna leave it in. I'm gonna take this core out of here and dump it in the fire. Cut up the tomato a little bit. It just makes it a lot easier to smash. One of the things that happens when you don't do that, you start to smash it and it's super juicy, and it just explodes with juice all over the place. I've ruined a couple of these shirts doing that. Nice and slow till you get it smashed up. Get all that good tomato juice in there before it squirts all over the place. All right, now with the tomato, you don't have to make it into a puree. If you like it a little chunky, it's okay too. I like my tomato a little chunky in here, so I'm gonna leave it like that. All right, as I said inside, some cooks like to use onions. and poblano peppers, jalapeno, or serranos. The good thing about having your salsa on the side and your chiles and onions, everything else on the side is you can add whatever you want to your taco, and if somebody didn't want that stuff in there, they can have it as an option if they want it. All right, friends, our chile Pequin salsa is made. Look at that. Doesn't that look wonderful? Oh my goodness, that's gonna be so good. Nice and chunky. Look at all those chile Pequin seeds. I like my salsa to have a little bite in there. All right, we've got our salsa made. Let's go ahead and check back in on our chorizo. Oh man, it looks nice and toasty down there. It's beautiful. Gonna give it one more little stir here. It's done. It is cooked and it has beautiful color. Oh yeah, that's so good. So good. All right, let me take some of this out because we're gonna use it in the final presentation. I'm gonna take a little bit of this stuff out right here. We're gonna spread the rest of this out here, just like that. All right, we're ready to put some cheese right in here. And you can slice the cheese into thin strips. You can cube it up. You can do it any way you want. I find that if you shred it, it melts a lot quicker and blends in with the chorizo really good and really quick. All right, I think we need a little bit more cheese. So we're gonna add a little bit more here. All right, here we go. I'm gonna put the lid on. That'll help it melt with the heat on top. You can see now where the chorizo, the oil is starting to come up on the sides there and right in the middle a little bit. So at this point, I wanna add a little bit more chorizo on top. Kind of spread it around. We want to push this into the cheese here. Try to get it as even as you can. Push it down, push it down, push it down. You want it to melt down into the cheese, and that fire's still pretty hot. I'm going to move this pan over this way now, a little further away from the heat. Right there, put the lid back on. All right, friends, our choriqueso is ready. I let it cool off a little bit so I don't burn my mouth off when I take a bite, but it's ready to go. We're gonna take our tortilla, drop it on there, and just get a big old cheesy bite. Mmm.
Salsa.
Ooh-wee. Don't forget the salsa. Gotta have a little bit of this chile Pequin salsa on here. Yeah, buddy. Oh, man. I love that. Oh, yeah. All right, man. You got that nice drippy salsa, the tomato juice. You got that cheesy cheese. You got the chorizo. It is all super good. Look at all that runny goodness. All right, now it's all done. You can mix it all together. That makes all the cheese and the chorizo nice and even.
But it's for your wife.
This one's for my wife. Here you go, babe. You want a bunch of chile Pequin?
No. Thank you.
She didn't fall for it. Really had a good time making this. I hope you make this recipe. It's super simple and super delicious. I absolutely guarantee you're gonna love it. It's just chorizo, oaxaca cheese, or any other kind of melting cheese will work, like mozzarella. This is the way we've always had it at the Mexican restaurants across the border. So that's the way we like to make it at home too. Friends, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you hit the like. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of the videos from Arnitech. If you're interested in our OG rub, which is salt, pepper, and garlic in the perfect blend, you can go to pitmaster.us. If you want to get some of our wow seasoning, which is all-purpose, good on everything, you can go to pitmaster.us as well. If you want to up your barbecue game, go to pitmasterclass.us. Friends, thanks for watching. Keep the smoke light. Make it work. Boom! Ooh. All right, before we get that chorizo off, we need to see where my salsa is on the heat, on the salt level. It's hot. Hon, bring me a beer. Ooh, I don't want to lose that, do I? Popped in half. Oh, I lost one. And of course, we're gonna use some fresh homemade corn tortillas that Terry's been slaving over.
Not.
Just kidding. They're store-bought, but they're still gonna be delicious.